In this video, we're going to be printing and painting some 3D printed ORK terrain. Now, I've printed a fair bunch of terrain in the past. Unfortunately, most of it is unpainted, and so I needed to change that. Now, most of the terrain I've printed has been with an FDM printer for many reasons, and I've done a video on that. The link is above. But in short, the size, my Resins build plate is just too small for certain terrain pieces. The cost, PLA filament is just cheaper than resin, and durability, I can just chuck in a box. I don't have to worry about little bits breaking off. And I think it is a bit lighter, I'm not sure. And so I've wanted to print these crashed ORK jet pieces for some time, and they're by Txarli Factory. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but the link will be in the description below. These are great models with great detail. They aren't supported. However, if you're using an FDM printer, they are designed to have little to no support, like in quotes, FDM printer friendly. So everything was printed and my friend dropped them off to me, and you can see the prints here. They look pretty good still. Obviously the layer lines are quite noticeable, but when they're on the table, it just works, particularly now that I'm looking at them fully painted. So let's get painting them. I added some Vallejo texture paint to the prints, just particularly on the ground to help them look a bit more realistic rather than just kind of layer lined rocks. You can see it's quite, I don't know, almost looks like a geography map with just kind of stuff like that. I primed all the terrain pieces brown outside with good old Rust-Oleum primer, and once they dried, I got to work. Like always with a group of prints, I usually paint one first just to test it out and then go back and do like this mad batch paint at the end. We'll do a little montage at that part. For the planes, I basically went with two colors, gray or blue. I varied these colors on the different panels and parts of those planes. I then dry brushed a light brown over the ground. I did a highlight on the blue panels with just a brighter blue, just to kind of add some more character and depth for when it was weathered. It wouldn't be too dull. I used a dark brown contrast paint to add some grime and weathering. So where there's any dents in the planes, I just try to mimic trails of grime and dirt dripping from those holes down the plane. I highlighted the edges, bolts, and other prominent metallic features with some silver paint, and then gave the print an overall dry brush with a bright orange just to show the rust and wear on the plane. Finally, coming to an end, I got some PVA glue and some Geek Gaming Scenic base ready. I think it was the Desert Sand. I've lost the packaging just because it's in like a container now. And these base readies are pretty good. What I like is just the simplicity of put some glue in it, dip it in, and you're done. You don't have to like prime it or paint it or do like layering up. You just kind of leave it as it is. And this desert stuff is what I've been using on all my basemen. Now that's done, I was fairly happy with the result. It wasn't my best piece of work, but I think for terrain, it's pretty good. Painted the blue on all the pieces. There's the completed one over there. Now we're going to slowly keep moving along, and the colors just getting this mad production line going for. The main difference of what I did with these ones was I went brighter on the ground with a bright orange, the same I used for the rust. And then I also added some copper metallics just to add some variation to the planes. When everything was completed, I added some red and yellow grass tufts to add a bit more just kind of realism in that. And that was it. And I really like the change of pace painting terrain offers. It's been good to have a bit of a break and just be a bit rougher around the edges and not focused on getting super crisp and clear detail. I was quite messy applying the gray and blue, but I knew it wouldn't matter because they would be weathered down. Terrain pieces are there to help with the immersion of the game and not to distract people from your models. And so I'm really happy with how these turned out. Hopefully you'll be seeing them in an upcoming ORK battle report. Let me know what you think. If you'd like to see another hobby video, you can click over here. I'm currently trying to print the largest model I've ever printed. It's 7 pieces with over 700 mil of resin being used. But thank you for watching and happy hobbying.